Gameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our FBS Game of the Week preview between the Rice Owls and the North Texas Mean Green. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with Rice.
Winners of 5 straight, the Owls do a great job of dictating the pace of the game with their running attack, and quarterback Taylor McHarg and running back Charles Ross make it very tough to defend Rice game in, game out. Now this week versus North Texas, they're going to have to get multiple in their formations and work their passing game a little bit more because North Texas's defense is very tough in the front 7. Now defensively, I'm a big fan of the Owls secondary led by NFL prospect cornerback Phillip Gaines. They can get aggressive this week versus the passing game of North Texas, as I believe quarterback Derek Thompson will give them opportunities to generate some turnovers by making a play on the ball. Now let's move over to North Texas in this ball game, and the Mean Green play a good brand of football on both sides of the line of scrimmage. The offensive line fires off the football in the running game, while that defensive line does a great job of reestablishing the line of scrimmage. But this game ultimately will come down to quarterback Derek Thompson's ability to keep the offense on pace, and that front 7 on defense being able to play with discipline versus the potent ground attack of the Rice Owls. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For the Rice Owls, you want to stay ahead of the chains. You don't want to allow North Texas to make you throw the football more than what you want to. Try to win on first down offensively. And don't be afraid to send extra at quarterback Derek Thompson. Force him to make quick decisions with the football and allow your defense to rally up and make a play. And you have to spread the field, but don't lose your identity. Stick to the script, running the football, but widen out that defense. That way you can play the numbers game in the box. Now for North Texas in this ball game, quarterback Derek Thompson, protecting the football will be key. He can't have the costly turnover, i.e. the interception. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for this offense. And the run defense must continue to be solid. They've been very good all season long. They had little lapses throughout the course of the season, but they have to tighten up this week versus Rice. And you don't want to allow Jordan Taylor inside position. This is a guy that's 6'5". He makes every catch thrown his way. Force him to go outside, and that's going to also force McHarg to be accurate down the field. Now here are some 2014 draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game. For Rice, the tailback Charles Ross is an outstanding player, 6'1", 235, a load to bring down. But cornerback Phillip Gaines is one of the best cornerbacks in the country. If you haven't seen him play, keep a close eye on this guy, 6'1", 185. And quarterback Taylor McHarg is a guy I think that has great potential at the next level as an H-back, so keep an eye on his toughness when he's running with the football. Now for North Texas, you look at defensive tackle Richard Abe, 6'4", 320, a rock in the interior of that defensive line. Zach Orr, one of the better linebackers in Conference USA, 6'1", 240. Braylon Chancellor is a guy that is always making big plays in the passing game, as well as running back Brandon Bird, 5'10", 223. So these are some outstanding prospects you want to look out for in this matchup. The X factor for Rice in this ball game will be their secondary. I think they match up very well versus the receiving core of North Texas. The question is, can they get pressure on the quarterback to force errant passes? But the secondary of Rice has to step up and play some big-time football this week. The X factor for North Texas will be the offensive execution. They're going to have to execute flawlessly versus a team in Rice that has a very stout defense that has been very good all season long. So the offense has to come out firing on all cylinders. Trevor Cobb was an outstanding running back for Rice from 1989 to 1992. This is a guy that made the All-American squad in 1991, and as a junior rushed for over 1,600 yards and took home the Doak Walker Award and nearly finished with over 5,000 yards in his career and 38 rushing touchdowns. Mean Joe Green was one of the more dominant defensive linemen in college football history, was a consensus All-American in 1968, and throughout the course of his career from 66 to 69, that Mean Green defensive line gave up less than 2 yards per carry on the ground, and in 1984, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. I like North Texas in this ball game. This is a very good matchup in Conference USA. Both teams are outstanding so far this season, but I think North Texas's ability to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball is the reason why I think they'll give Rice problems. So I like the Mean Green to take care of business at home.